guys, kia ora, whakalofa lahi atu, and no mai, hoki mai, to this week's Fat Fridays Q&A live. I'm so excited to get into today's question. Manawatia Matariki, by the way, happy Māori New Year. But the question is, how do I stop comparing my body to smaller bodies? And I feel this. When this question came through, I was like, this is what I used to do. Let me know if this is what you used to do as well. But I used to do it. And if I'm honest, like completely honest, I would size people up. So I would be like, if somebody was smaller than me, I was inferior to them, so they were better than me. And if somebody was bigger than me, then I was superior to them, so I was better than them. This was my mindset back then, right? And I feel like a lot of people have this as well. I feel like comparing is normal. We compare. Let me know in the comments if you compare, right? And it's because we're sold like this American dream, right? This Australian dream, New Zealand dream, whatever dream you want to call it, right? But, you know, to have the biggest house on the street, to have the flashiest car, to have the most money, you know, to get married and have kids and travel and fashion and designer and this Coca-Cola body, right? This ideal body type, you know, slim stomach, you know, curves in all the right places kind of thing. That's what we're sold. So we compare to that, right? And we think that that's, you know, that's the goal. That's where we want to be. And we want that. We want that to fit in. We want that to feel good enough, to feel worthy, to be successful. You know, we want to be seen as successful. We care what, you know, people think of us. And yeah, we compare to people online, to our family and friends. We kind of size ourselves up in comparison to them, comparing yourself to your old self. So I used to compare a lot to my old body, which was always smaller. And firstly, I just want to say, like, if you have these people around you, I want you to unfollow them. Unfollow the people that you are comparing to. Yeah, just unfollow them, mute them if you can. But this really plays a huge impact and it influences your life, right? You are a product of your environment. So the first thing I would say was to check your environment, to tune in to how you feel around people. And if you don't feel good, you know, unfollow, you know, block them, mute them, do what you got to do. Stop hanging out with that friend so much. Stop going over to that family member's house, right? So really, yeah, really, what was I going to say? Like, prime your environment. Make your environment good. Make your environment right for you to grow. The second thing is I want you to investigate why you feel that way. So what's coming up, right? You might have, you know, really shitty feelings. You might feel upset, feel sad, feel meh when you see these people that you're comparing to, you know, someone that has a smaller body. What's the feeling that's coming over you? Because whatever's coming up, there's a thought behind it, right? And we need to check our thoughts. What's the thought that's coming up? The thought that I used to have is, you know, she's better than me. Because she's smaller than me, she's better than me. She's prettier than me. She's more worthy than me. She's more lovable than me, right? And people will like her, you know, and we want these things. We want to be loved. We want to be desired. We want to be, you know, seen as attractive and amazing and successful. Like, this is what we want in life. And I feel like there's some internalized fat phobia behind that as well. And I had a lot of internalized fat phobia. And I feel like there's still even things that I figure out, you know, as life goes by. I'm like, damn, like that's a part of internalized fat phobia. Like, what the hell? So internalized fat phobia is, you know, smaller people are good, you know, big people aren't good. Big people are unhealthy. Whoa. Big people are unhealthy. Smaller people are healthy. Smaller people are worthy. Smaller people are lovable. You know, big people are all the opposite. They're not lovable. They're not worthy. They're not, you know, so we have that within ourselves. For a long time, I thought I was unworthy because I was a certain size. You know, once I get smaller, then I'll be worthy. It'll be automatic. I'll get it straight away. You know, I just got to drop the weight. Just got to lose the weight. So that's, you know, internalized fat phobia. So I think we really need to check what our beauty standards are. You know, what standards we are comparing to. Is it societal standards? You know, what are the standards we're putting on ourselves Do we believe them? Do we want to believe them? Can we change them? What are our beauty standards? What's our American dream? You know, what's our Australian dream, our New Zealand dream, our whatever Niuean dream? You know, what's our dream? What's successful to us? What's our ideal body? What do you want? What's your standard? So knowing that, you know, these aren't your thoughts. You know, they're thoughts that are pushed on you from society. They're thoughts that are pushed on you from maybe your parents, your loved ones. So really, yeah, checking those thoughts. And I want you to think about the story that you're creating for that person as well. So the person in the smaller body, what are you creating for them? Because we're assuming stuff, right? We're like, damn, she's got a smaller body, so her life must be amazing. You know, she's got a smaller body, she must like have all the guys going after her, or she must have the best job, you know, she's so successful. We're assuming all these things for them. And it goes back to that, you know, we're comparing our real life, because we know our real life, right, to their highlight reel, to what they want to show you. You know, people curate their highlight reel on Instagram, online, even with your friends and family. There's things they probably don't tell you. You know, we don't know their whole life, their whole picture. So we're comparing our real life, our raw, real, vulnerable, all the things life, to their highlight reel, to what they want, you know, you to see. And yeah, those assumptions when it comes to the smaller body, you just think she has an amazing life, she's so worthy, you know, she must think, you know, she's amazing, she must be confident in her body, all those things. And everyone's got something going on, right? We've all got something going on. Someone's got something, right? And we're comparing, she's probably comparing herself. You know, she's probably your ideal body type, but then she's comparing to someone else, and they're comparing to someone else, you know, the size, what's the ideal? The size 6. She's probably comparing to a size 4 kind of thing. So we need to go back to our values. What do we value? You know, usually a lot of the time our values are on appearance. Our values are on what people think of us. So we need to check our values, and we need to detach our values from our appearance. We need to, I say values, our value. We need to detach our value from appearance, to detach our value from our body size, to detach our value from what everyone else thinks of us, right? Because none of that matters. It doesn't matter what everyone else thinks about you. What matters is what you think about yourself. So you really need to get clear on that. And we can't control what they think. We can't control what society's standards are. We can't control what other people think of us. We can only control ourselves and what we think of ourselves and how we are in the world. So challenge the thoughts, change the thoughts. And I want to ask you as well, like, are you comparing yourself to these smaller people and thinking that, you know, I'm better because are you comparing yourself to bigger people and thinking, you know, I'm better because they're, you know, bigger, I'm better than them? You know, comparing yourself to that smaller person, do you think automatically that they're better than you because they're smaller than you? So really getting clear on that. Yeah, we really want to be desired and all those things. So I think when I really realized that I was comparing myself to bigger people and thinking that I was better than them, it was like my kind of one up. Like I was like, yeah, I feel adequate now, right? I feel good. Like I'm more worthy than you. Like I'm prettier than you. But I was just filling that void for how I felt about that smaller person. So really getting clear on that. Thank you if you are joining. I think focusing on who you are and not what you think you should be as well. Because if you think that you should be a certain way, then go be that certain way, right? Go be whatever you think the ideal is. Go and be that. But the thing is that you don't know what those people do. You know, the people in the smaller bodies, you don't know what they do to be in that smaller body, right? You know, there's probably, you know, certain things. For me, when I wanted to be and when I was in a smaller body, there was a lot of disordered eating. There was a lot of torturing myself in the gym. Torturing myself in the gym, damn. not loving myself. I was like, once I lose all this weight and stuff, then I'll love myself. And it was like, I got there and I didn't even love myself in the first place. So it was like I was still going. I was still chasing. We're always chasing, right? We're chasing the next thing, the smaller body, get to that size. And I want to be smaller, get to, it's like in jobs as well. You get to the highest point. It's like, no, I want more money. I want more. I want that. I want more. And it's like, just focus on where you're at, man. Be grateful for where you're at. Be present in where you're at. Have the gratitude for where you're at. Because if you keep chasing, you're just going to be chasing your whole life and you're going to miss out on life in general. You're going to miss out on it all. So yeah, being okay with where you are at the moment and stop chasing. Water your own grass. You know that saying, to water your own grass? You're someone else, you're over the fence looking at someone else, watering their grass. They got nice ass grass with like flowers and everything. And you're like, damn, like that's cool. Meanwhile, look over at your grass. It's like all burnt and I was going to say black, but like brown, in Australian weather. It's like brown grass. That's what your grass is looking like. And it's because you're too busy focusing on them. Like, get back to your grass, tend to your grass, do all the amazing things. Be the best that you can be, right? So get over to your grass. And in saying that, I say be the best that you can be, but also be okay with not being the best. And you're probably like, what do you mean? Like, be okay with, we're not going to be the best in the world. You're always going to find someone that's better than you or that you're better than, right? Just be okay with not being the best. Just chill. Like, enjoy your moment, enjoy your grass, enjoy your garden. And then lastly, I just want to say we need to practice self-compassion. So at the root of everything when it comes to body image, we need to come back to self-compassion, right? Be kind to yourself, be accepting to yourself, be understanding of yourself and what you're going through, right? But yeah, we really struggle with that kindness and just being nice to ourselves and being accepting of ourselves. But that's it. I feel like that was a lot, but if you just do one thing from today, if you just unfollow people that don't make you feel good, or if you question your thoughts, or if you, check your own beauty standards, or check your standards in life, check your Australian, American, New Zealand dream. If you just do one thing from any of this that I've said today, you will see the changes into, how you compare your body, to smaller bodies. So that's it. If you loved this quarter, I do have the Vibe Tribe. The Vibe Tribe doors are opening next week. It's my 12-month coaching program where we really dive deep and get into the worthiness, loving yourself in the mirror, being confident in your plus size body. So if you want to check that out, please click the link in my bio and get yourself on that waitlist. I do have a special early bird offer for those on my waitlist only. But that's it from me. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for listening. Ka kite koikia. Oh, not this again. Hi and bye.